Hello, my loves, and welcome to another episode of FEMPIRE Builders with your host, Michelle Hext. It's a beautiful sunny Monday morning here in Melbourne. It's a little bit chilly. It is still summer, but we're having a bit of a cold snap, which is kind of weird. It is going to be getting hot by the end of the week, though. And that is the end of my weather report. Today, I want to talk with you about some mindset shifts or the stories that you're telling yourself or the phrases that you're using over and over and over again that are holding you back. And these are the things that we've got to stop saying to ourselves. So some of these may resonate with you, others may not. This is off the back of a what I call a TED talk that I gave to my masterminders last week at the end of our group mentoring call. Usually in every week, there is a theme going on, and it's either a theme within my mastermind or my private clients or in the communications that I'm having with my community. And if you have been in your coaching business for a while, you will have noticed this. You'll notice that there are just themes and topics that tend to grab our attention a little bit more because, two or three or more people are talking about the same thing. And I had a handful of clients, which is not unusual in the mastermind, where their minds start to go a little bit crazy. And it's typical, right? When we're at our edge, when we're going for something really, really big, we're out of our comfort zone. And so it's pretty common for all of our usual fears and old thinking patterns to come knocking again to try to knock us on our ass. And the things that I'm talking about are here are some examples. So one of my clients mentioned to me that she said, I just don't have any leads and I don't know how to get the leads and nothing's working and I can't get any leads and I need a lead generation strategy. And I said, didn't you have 3 calls last week and didn't you sign one client last week, the biggest deal that you've ever made in your entire coaching business? And she's gone, yeah. Yes. And I'm like, you don't have a lead problem. You have a mindset problem. So let's just fix the mindset problem. And then you can go out there and start to create some leads. And we definitely spoke about lead generation strategy. That, the strategy part is important. We never want to ignore that stuff. But when I've got a client telling me they have no leads and they don't know what they're going to do because they can't get any leads and they've just come off the back of a really big week and lots of calls, then that tells me that that is the mind drama and it's not fact. It's actual fiction. And so I was able to help that client get back on track and get her mind right and move back in the right direction. I also had somebody else tell me that what was it that she said? I don't know, I feel really weird because I've been successful before. I've created a lot of success before in different businesses, but I was in business with my husband and it was like a product and now this is me. I'm selling myself. And I just let her know that you're not selling yourself, you're selling an outcome. And to be told that, she can't go out there and sell herself because she feels self conscious and blah, 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 blah. And I have to remind her that, when we first started working together, I told you that the first thing that we need to do is create an offer so incredible that you can't wait to go and sell it because of the outcome it's going to provide. So you've just forgotten to focus on the outcome. You've forgotten to focus on the product. And instead, you're making it all about you when it's actually not about you. It's about the people that you want to impact. And this particular client has a word of the year that is about impact. And this might be relevant to you too. You can't create impact for other people if it's all about you, if you're focused on you, if you're focused on, pardon me, what's not working for you or your role in it. If you're self-conscious about your role in it, then it's not about you. It's not about your potential clients and your audience. It becomes very much about you. Just let me grab a drink. So again, was able to get my client back into the mindset of focusing on the outcome, focusing on the product, taking a step away from the product. So, creating some separation, some distance between the woman as a coach and her product instead of feeling like she was selling herself. Nobody likes to go out there and feel like they're asking the internet to pick them. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Nobody wants to do that. And so the theme really was a bunch of people focusing on their fears and what it is that they didn't want and letting their minds spiral down. And my advice to my masterminders on the call was that, you know what? You are in control of your thoughts. And there are two schools of thought. There's the positive school of thought, where we know that in this industry, miracles happen every day. Things can turn on a dime. That we, when we focus on what we want, when we focus on who we want to be in the situation, how we want to be in the situation, and we really do focus on the future stuff. We forget the past and we focus on the future and we get into that vibe, then things work and we turn things around because there is a discernible energy shift. When we're in the mindset where nothing's working, I don't have any leads, when in fact you do have leads, I don't know how to sell myself, when you're in fact not selling yourself, you're selling a product that has an outcome. And so getting your mind to spiral up instead of spiraling down is the vibe. That's what we need to do. I reminded my mastermind is that this is hard. Not everybody has the capacity to withstand failure after failure after failure after failure. And a lot of the time, we are framing things as failures when they're actually not failures, because either we haven't been patient enough, we haven't given something enough time, or we don't have a reference for what success is in that particular outcome, or we're just, our mind's in a shitty place and we're focused on all the things that are going wrong. Spiraling down will never help us. So we get to choose. Do we want to choose thoughts and lean into thoughts that spiral up and bring the vibe of sales? Energy, there is a certain energy that attracts sales, and there is a certain energy that repels sales. And when you're in a negative spiral, that is always going to attract no sales. It's going to attract the exact thing that you don't want, and that's because that's what you're focused on. So you've got to focus on what you want. You've got to focus on who you want to be in this moment, how you want it to be. Focus on solutions, and you'll pop out of the other side of your funk. You'll be in the energy that attracts all of the things that you want, and then you'll be back on the horse and riding off into the sunset. Mindset is critical. I talk a lot about strategy on this podcast, and strategy is critical. You can't positive mindset your way to success if you've got a shitty strategy, or you don't know what you're doing, or you don't have a product that makes sense or that people understand, your messaging's off. None of those things will, a positive mindset will not fix any of those things. You've got to be in a space of having a bulletproof strategy that you fully trust and stand behind, and then apply your positive thinking to that. And not enough people are disciplined enough to do that. And what I notice in the mastermind, and that's why I love my mastermind and my private clients, because they come to me with these conversations all of the time because they're human, and I'm able to talk them off the edge. I'm able to get them back on track and moving along again. And that's the work that fulfills me so much. I know the strategy like the back of my hand. There's a million different strategies. We always figure out what is the best one for the client. You're going to have moments of doubt and moments of fear, and you're going to have setbacks. It doesn't matter how good the strategy is, but it's how you think about things that's going to make the difference between whether you actually succeed and achieve your outcome or not. Sometimes things just take a little longer. But if you are really close and then you go into a downward spiral and you go hiding and you tell yourself stories like, I don't have any leads, there's no opportunities, then you're going to go down. And then it's going to take a while for you to come back up again. And that's exhausting and it damages your mindset around it, because you're going to have thoughts about, you're going to have opinions about the fact that you spiral down. You're going to judge yourself about that. And that just self-perpetuates the problem. And so what we actually need to do is focus our minds. And if you don't have somebody there that is going to help you get clear on your strategy and hold you to that strategy, even in your moments of doubt, and be there to help you turn it around, it's just going to take you so much longer to get where you want to be. Because those moments can turn into a lot of lost time. I've seen it over and over and over again. People will often look at the cost of a mentor, but they're not looking at the hidden costs of not hiring the mentor. Say your mentor, the person that you want to work with, is going to charge you $25,000 to work with them. And you're in that space freaking out over $25,000 and you can't afford $25,000 and that's just too much money and you've spent that money before and you didn't get the result that you wanted and you don't trust yourself to make good decisions and blah, 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 right? All of that, is really valid. But the reality is, do you want to sit in the feeling of there is no solution? I don't know what I'm doing. Nothing's working. It doesn't matter what I do. Even if I invest in someone, it's never going to work out. Like, you can sit in that mindset and you're just going to make life so much harder for yourself. Or you can create the mindset where it's like, okay, I'm going to invest 25 grand in this mentor and I'm going to make it work. I know that all I need is one idea to get a return on investment. And the more fully I go all in on this, the more committed I am to the process, the faster the result is going to come. And they're the types of people that I work with, the people that do know that there's always a risk to invest in anybody, and whether that's with the mentor or the coach or whether that's with yourself. Most of the time, I've got a track record of creating incredible results on repeat with my clients, big results all the time over decades. But not everybody gets a result. And I don't blame myself for that. I blame the people that come on board, say they want something, and then they don't do the work or they can't stand up because they let their insecurities and their fears get in the way. And I'm good at getting my people on track, but I can't work against somebody who is committed to believing that success is not an option for them. None of us can. You would have had clients like that yourself. And so when people are thinking about investing with me, I always ask them, do you trust yourself with this? If I feel like that question's warranted, because if they're questioning me a lot, that's fair. I'm happy to answer any questions and be open and as honest as I need to be. I'll have no problem with that. But I'm also going to ask them, let them know I trust me to get you the result, but do you trust yourself to do the work? Do you trust yourself to be committed enough? And they will know yes or no. And I'm really honored to know that there have been so many people that have come to me having invested a lot of money in other people and other programs and just did not get a result. And I've been able to turn that around for them very, very quickly. And it's opened the door to bigger and bigger and bigger success along the way. And just like some of my clients have worked with me and they didn't get the result, they may coach chase, and try the next one and the next one and the next one. And a theme reveals itself to them where they realize, oh, I think I'm the problem. And then the very next person that they sign up with is able to deliver an outcome because they were in the right frame of mind to be able to go and get that result. So we're all going to have clients that have incredible success. We're always going to have clients that don't have success. What I want to encourage you to do, which is the thing that I do, which is I base my, I guess, opinion of myself and my ability to generate results through my best client results, because they're the ones that are listening. They're the ones who are trusting the process. They're the ones who are asking for help when they need it. They're the ones that are basically my dream clients who come to me with the right frame of mind, and together we partner up and we create awesome freaking magic. And you would have had that experience yourself if you've been coaching for a little while. So I got off on a tangent, didn't I? A lot of it is coming down to mindset, though. And so I want you to think about your thought go tos. What are the stories that you're telling yourself right now? Are you telling yourself, I don't have any leads, or I don't know how to sell myself, or I don't want to sell myself, or nothing's working, or, I keep attracting these clients who can't afford me? And that may be true, but you've got to think about, what am I putting out there to keep attracting this type of person? There's something in your messaging that's off. Shift your messaging, shift your positioning, and that will change. But if you don't know how to do that, you're going to struggle. You need to get someone on board to help you with that. Fix your mindset. Make sure you've got a rock solid strategy. Fix your mindset. Focus on solutions. Focus on what you want to happen. Focus on how you want it to be. Focus on how you want it to be, and go out there and find those solutions. And if hiring a mentor is something that is on your list of things to do right now, then go and do that. And I would love to work with you if you think I would be a good fit for you. So it's Monday, the 17th of February in Melbourne. I have one opening for a private client that will start in March. So I'm going to be running some calls over the rest of this month to make a decision about who is going to be the right fit to take up that place. When I work with my private clients, I work very closely with them, and I also want to make sure that I can get that client an outcome pretty quickly, because the investment's sizable. And so I don't want to be in a position where somebody's investing big with me and then, I don't know how to get them a result. That's just not something I need to do anymore. So I'm running a bunch of calls to see who is going to be the right fit, and can I get them a result? And if I can get them a result and they're the right fit, then they will become my next private client. I only work with 4 private clients at any one time, because I like to be available and I don't like to work too hard. So that is the high ticket life, isn't it? Charging what you're worth and only having to work with a handful of clients to make a lot of impact and a lot of money. So that is option 1 for you right now. There is that one spot available. You can go to michellehext.com/discovery-call. So you can go ahead and do that, and you'll see there's a way for you to book a call there. I also have Lead Magnet Mastery starting in FEMPIRE Builders. And if you come across this podcast later down the track and you think, oh, Lead Magnet Mastery is exactly what I need, then know that Lead Magnet Mastery will be available for you in FEMPIRE Builders whenever you go to sign up. And I think that's a wrap. That's all I want to talk about. Also, if you feel like you would like to work with me privately, but we're 6 months down the track, always reach out to me, because there is usually potentially an opening at some point. So you want to go, I can put you on the wait list. We can have a conversation. I can put you on the wait list, and then I can reach out when the time is right. Anyway, that is it, my loves. I will leave you for this week. Be sure to manage your mind, manage your emotions, focus on what you want, do that. Choose that again and again and again. Catch yourself in those moments of spiraling downwards. Stop it. You can do that. You can manage that, and then start to spiral up and watch things change. See you next week.